Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Jess. I'm a holistic health coach and life coach, a homeschooling mom of 2, and a homemaker. And we just make these videos to just kind of share our daily lives and what we're up to. And they usually seem to start on this front porch because it is one of the only quiet places in our home. We have had a busy morning. Today is Tuesday. We have got pretty much we've got school done. We've got just a little bit of a science study on the nervous system, but we have been enjoying this beautiful Alabama weather. It is supposed to be, I believe, close to 80 today, so you will not find me complaining about that. We have been putting up Christmas decorations despite it being almost 80 degrees, but yeah, I am just doing a little intro so that we can jump into the video, and then we're gonna bounce back and forth a little in the timeline. Alright guys, we got an update to our editing software, so it seems to be running a little more smoothly now. I was having a difficult time with the voiceovers getting it to match up to the video, but so far so good. It seems to be working a little bit better, which I'm very grateful for because technology is not my favorite thing, so I like it when it works. But this whole video is going to be about getting our house festive and ready for the Christmas season. As of right now, we are right at a week away from Thanksgiving, so getting a little bit of a jump start on decorating. I like for my house to be decorated before Thanksgiving just because we get a little bit more time with our Christmas decor, because I am a take it down or right after Christmas kind of gal. I like to get everything cleaned up like the week after Christmas and really get our home fresh and ready for the new year. So with that, I like to decorate a little early so I can enjoy the Christmas decorations a little bit longer. But you're going to notice me and Sky are putting up this tree right here, and this tree was going to go originally in the homeschool room. You'll see we move it over to the wall, and then we actually end up moving it, or Cody ends up moving it for us, because we realized in here we did not have a plug, and it really just didn't fit this space as well. So where we end up putting it, it just fits so much better, and it looks really good. The girls did a great job of decorating it, and we just have all of our little handmade and homemade ornaments on it, and I love it. I love keeping our trees just a little more organic, and I'm not really like a big Christmas theme kind of person, so I don't really have like a specific color scheme or theme. I just like having a lot of handmade and homemade things. This is the first Christmas really this year that I have felt like we could go all out in this house. I have had just like a rough couple years, so we have not decorated like we haven't really like saturated our house with decorations, but this year we have really begun to do that, and we decorate a little bit more each day. We're doing tons of crafts with homeschooling, and yeah, just adding to all of the festivities. It's really fun, and here in just a minute you're gonna see us kind of kick off our holiday festive season with a little fun craft with Cody. This video was filmed on a Saturday, so he was home with us, so him and the girls get into a couple things together, and it's really fun when we have him here to tackle these things together. You can see the wood right there in the corner of the frame. I have not painted the interior frame of the door yet, so it's still that like raw 2x4 wood. I think I may paint it dark to match the staircase, and it's the same dark that's on those cabinets right there, so it'll just kind of pull like a couple areas of the house together, but it just has not been a priority, and I honestly don't know when it will be a priority because we still have yet to finish painting the bathroom, and I feel like there's always some kind of little project going on here, so it'll be done eventually. I'm just not 100% sure when. So I pushed the tree over here in the corner, and we're starting on laundry now, just getting some of it folded and cleaned up, because in the midst of everything there's always chores and housework going on in the background. So Indy just joined me. She's sitting in my lap, so she's going to help us with a little bit of this voiceover, but Sky is emptying the dryer onto the table, and then we're going to get this laundry folded and put away. I've really been sticking to that rule of a load a day keeps the chaos away, and that has been extremely helpful just to keep down the piles of laundry and find a little bit of order to our home. Like I said, we're really working on just getting some fluid routines and rhythms in order. Goodness. Goodness. Just getting some fluid routines and rhythms put together before the new year, just so I don't know, just feel like we have a little bit of order together. Me and Cody sat down with his AI chat GPT thing. I'm not really exactly sure what it is, but we sat down with it a couple weeks ago and got it to plan us out a workout program, and it's kind of scary what all you can get that thing to do and what all it will manage and organize and plan out for you. But it was really cool because we told it all of the specific goals we had in mind and the things that we wanted to do, and it really created us this workout outline, and it even gave information or recommendations on if you want to get up and early and work out, then here's what you should do, here's what you should try to apply, and here's some tips and tricks. It's really kind of freaky how it plans everything out, but it's also super helpful. I've been using a lot of AI with the girls' school with our homeschooling, just getting on there and putting in can you create me a lesson plan, a 6-day lesson plan on the study of Noah's Ark or something like that, and it is actually really cool what it will create. And yeah, I've been loving it to just kind of help out with the homeschool chaos. We don't necessarily follow a strict curriculum, but I have began to keep records and just to keep better records of what we are studying, and just having that information to just stick back just in case, because you never know. But within using the AI for that, it prints out everything, and then I have paper records of what we're actually studying, and I can show that if need be, because you just never know. You never know what you may have to prove one of these days. But anyways, we're finishing up our laundry here, and we're going to get into a couple different things. You may notice in a minute Cody dragging the Christmas tree through the house in the background of one of the videos, because like I said, he moved it for us and got it set up. And then my mom come to hang out with us during the midst of all this, and she got our tree fluffed, and then a couple days later we ended up getting it decorated. We had like I said, a craft to do this day and some other things going on, so we ended up decorating it a couple days later. But here you're going to see we have this double open doorway now. This used to lead out to our back porch, but when we added on this homeschool room, Cody really didn't feel 100% comfortable about having the doorway just open, so he braced it up in the middle. And I was totally fine with that. I think it looks really good. He did such a great job with the bracing of it. And that chain that is actually above the door, that is our countdown chain to our Disney cruise. We are going to the Bahamas, and I'm so very excited about that. So we have a little, and Edie, and we have a little bit of a countdown chain right there just to keep up with all of the holidays, the girls' Christmas play, and then our Bahamas trip. So I am using these Christmas lights just to go around the door frame, just to decorate and make it a little more festive. And the girls, they can do the little countdown with that chain. It shows how many days we have left to Thanksgiving, how many days we have left until their play, how many days we have left until Christmas, and then the cruise. They really like just having that visual representation of how many days we have until when, and I write it on each link, the date and how many days we have left. So they just really enjoy having that little visual representation so they can know exactly what's going on when. But you're going to notice I change these lights about 30 times. I start going around the center of the pole, and then I end up not liking it, and then I drape them and I change them, and I end up finding a way that looks really good. But yeah, it took me a minute to kind of figure out exactly how I wanted the lights to go around here. We added all colored Christmas lights to our tree, and I love that. So I had these white ones left over just to add to this little part of the room divider here, just to, like I said, give it a little bit of a Christmassy look. And we used lights last year out on our front porch, and I don't think we'll do that again this year because we ended up getting like little Edison bulb lights to go around the exterior of the porch for the actual porch light. So I don't think we're going to bother with doing Christmas lights out there. So I wanted to use these inside just to, add a little decoration. It's really fun when all the lights are off in the house and we have these little lights up, and then the Christmas tree, and then I put a lamp in the schoolroom right there. You can see it on my desk, just like a little warm lamp, and it just, I don't know, it makes things so homey and cozy, and I really like that warm light throughout the house. That's probably one of my favorite things about just the Christmas season and the decorations, is just having that cozy, warm lighting throughout the house. I like that. Just like I said, that little festive lighting, it just gives it a little extra something. But I ended up draping them here, and I feel like they look so much better kind of draped in between that double chain. And that's the way we left them because it ended up looking really good that way. So, Andy was asking me a question, so I was trying to see what she needed. But here the girls go with their little project for the afternoon. Cody got this at a Christmas party, and it cracked us up. He was so excited to do it. I think he was more excited than the girls, but it's called a charcuterie chalet. It's like a savory version of a gingerbread house, and my girls absolutely love charcuterie boards, and Cody does too, so they were really excited about putting this together. But it comes with like some kind of liquid queso cheese, and then the house is made out of crackers, and then like little salami and pepperoni slices for the roof, and then you use like nuts and dried cranberries for part of the decor, and then the cheese, it's so funny. They did such a good job with it. It was really cute putting it together, and Cody was excited about it. Like I said, I think he was probably more excited than the girls, but they got it all put together.
You helped.
I did help, you're right. But they got it all put together, and it didn't last long before they all dove in and they started eating it. But my mom ended up coming over in the midst of this, so she jumps in just a second and helps them get it all put together. But they love little things like this, just like little activities that we can all do together. But it was really funny. I have no clue like where this thing come from. I would love to get another one because they had that much fun with it. But yeah, Cody ended up winning it as like a Dirty Santa gift. So it was really funny. But they put it together on this little cookie tray or a pizza tray maybe, but they had a lot of fun with it. And then, like I said, everybody ended up eating it throughout the day. So it didn't last very long. It was a really good project and a really good snack. So they had fun with it. It was really cute. These are the kind of little projects that we love doing with the girls, getting them involved with things. And yeah, lots of little fun festival things to come this holiday season. Like I said, the last couple of years have been like a strange in between of survival. So we're excited to have more to do and more going on. But I feel like I have talked. Oh, are you sleepy? You just woke up. But I feel like I have talked a ton throughout this video. So I'm going to add in a little bit of some music, and then we'll jump back in a little bit. going to notice here, me and Sky are trying to take over the decorations by ourselves, and I ended up collapsing a couple of the walls of the house, but we ended up getting it back together. Our structural foundation was not exactly what we thought it was, so I ended up knocking in a couple of the walls, but we got it put back together, and like I said, it didn't exactly last long anyways, because about the time they got it decorated, everyone ended up snacking on it, so not a big deal, but they really enjoyed this little project. It was super cute. But my mom is actually like cleaning my house in the background, because every time she comes over, like, she doesn't sit still. She wanted to fluff the Christmas tree properly, so she is fluffing up the Christmas tree and doing things in the background, and Cody is getting ready to smoke a ham. That has been his thing recently. We actually were getting ready to go to his family's, like his side of the family's Thanksgiving the next day, so he offered to smoke a ham, and it was, the last two that he's done, like, have probably been some of the best hams I've ever ate. They're just so good. He does such a great job with them, so you're going to see that in a minute, him doing the seasoning. But we ended up blaring Christmas music in the background, so that is why all of this is done voiceover, because, yeah, we don't want those copyright laws. Filming a voiceover with a 3-year-old is a little harder than I anticipated, so we may have to plug in some more music. But we made this little paper chain to go along the banister here, and I found this Pinterest craft with the little yarn letters, and it's super simple and was really cute. You just cut out the initials in construction paper and wrap it with yarn. I actually ended up moving them to a different spot later on, but I did all of our initials with that, and it was a really cute project that I'm glad I did, because they look really neat in the house. But I think I'm going to add them to our stockings later. But here is Cody seasoning up that ham. He's getting ready to put on the smoker. I was joking with him and telling him he could get a sponsorship, so he starts modeling the seasonings here in a minute, because he said he was hoping for a sponsorship from some of them. But yeah, he's getting it all seasoned and ready to go on the smoker. And like I said, this was definitely one of his best hams. He has a really good knack for picking out the seasons and stuff. So yeah, it was fantastic. We had 0 left at the end of the Thanksgiving dinner, and it's always kind of disheartening. It's good when there's none left, because that means it's really good, but then it's also not good, because I would like to bring some home. But here's Indy finding a random pretzel and a toy underneath the Christmas tree skirt, so she climbed under there and got that cleaned up, and we are going to get our Christmas tree decorated here. Like I said, all of these ornaments are gifts from friends. We have some that were my grandparents, or they're things that we have made or collected. You'll actually see one of them is a dried piece of okra, but that's the way I love it. I love my Christmas tree, like I said, just decorated kind of organically like this. So you can hang out with us while we decorate the Christmas tree, and I'm gonna add some music over the top.
So I've still got my piece of wood out here that I've got to get picked up, but I put up just a few little decorations out here. I want to get some more stuff. I went to the thrift store and really just couldn't find anything I loved, so I'm trying not to buy stuff unless I just really love it. But the girls got the tree decorated with all of our little keepsake ornaments, so I've got all of those up. I also am like in the process of cleaning, so you're gonna see all of that, but I hung up a new shelf right here. Maybe you can see it good, but I have this up. I want to put some stuff on it. I don't have anything yet, but that shelf came from over here, which I got this shelf. If my mom sees this video, she's probably going to realize I stole that from their house, but she wasn't using it. So I found this, and I've got the girls' little turkey decorations up there, but I put this little shelf. I said I would never do like cottagecore, but yet here we are with like a little cottagecore theme. I gotta get all this cleaned up though, but I love that right there. I want to get some Christmas like oven mitts and stuff eventually, but I swapped those little shelves out. I feel like this one fits much better over here, and you know, eventually we'll get all of this kind of decorated and organized. But this is the current state of my living room. The girls are napping right now, so I'm not even gonna bother to clean it up. I'm just letting it happen. We got their little wooden rocker and high chair out of storage. I'm sure Indy has babies in this. Yep, she does. So her babies must be sleeping, but yeah, this little like wooden rocker, crib, and then high chair, we got that out of storage so they could have that to play with. And we got our little decorations up there, which I'm sure you guys have seen, in our Christmas tree. I've got to figure out where I'm gonna hang our stockings. That is on the list. I know the lighting's not good, but I made these little yarn letters with our initials, and I want to put those with our stockings, but I gotta figure out where I'm gonna hang the stockings. We got their little kitchen moved in here, and that's the book storage currently until I get my bigger cabinet. But yeah, this is the homeschool room, obviously, and eventually I'm gonna find a place to put the stockings, and we'll be able to get up the rest of the Christmas decor. But I am going to go ahead and close out this video. I'm sure you guys have seen all of the decorations being put up by this point, but I'm going to close this out. I'm going to edit this video, get it posted, and then I'm going to enjoy a little bit of quiet time while the girls are napping. So thank you guys for joining us. As always, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to just follow along with whatever we have going on daily.